Time for me to talk to you.
This is Gallo, a soldier of God's army rising for the youth with a praise report of something that just happened today at 7 p.m. coming from a local officer in relation to a situation that occurred 48 hours ago at the St. Charles West Library, a theft situation. And there is a spiritual message in this. Yes, I'm a watchman. There's a lot of heavier things I can be talking about right now. I know I haven't posted on this not freshly created page, but since wiping and starting over, with me being where I am, I haven't had the opportunity. I only just got a charge done today, even as today's events happen, which I'm going to quickly explain to you. Proving God, and that's something I've battled with him about, not still knowing where I go to live, being in this county full of the evils and ignorances that I see here, my mother's illnesses, different things that were going on and occurring. But this particular video is not really about the big signs or anything, but I may very well get into that because I touched on it before in the previous video. And I know as a watchman, there are many of them that are speaking more heavily, and I had for years been talking about what's happening now. But this particular video is a praise report about a seek, kill, destroy, devil steals type thing, and God restored it. And I've already been doing reports on the socials, which I'll try to make sure my current link to my socials is in the YouTube description. I just haven't had a chance in the midst of battles and being out here and a lot of things to be able to get things set up that thoroughly, because I'm not in a stable place to do that kind of work on that scale. Hopefully God will finally change that soon, especially before this next winter comes. I hope not even be in this county in South Maryland, but who knows. But the praise report is about an incident that took place at St. Charles West Library the morning of Saturday past the Sabbath, which this being the 11th, the 10th, the 9th. And ironically, the same food bank I'm going to tomorrow is the same ones as far as the fundraisers go, who was there that morning when the situation I'm talking about happened, because of course I had just gotten this brand new bike from two previous bad bikes. I mean, wasted thousands of dollars on bikes and different things, wherever have you. Even now I need to replace the tin again, bad door, and I was sharing this in another video to wherever have you. You'd be surprised what you spend being homeless, but you keep trusting God will just increase something on that front to get you going. But at least that in this part, this is what's so good, because that particular morning I had came outside, earlier on, of course, my bike was there. And I'm a person that is sensitive about things like this, knowing that I joined the military in 1994, I was a state police officer, I got led a different way, shown this Gulf War 7 months before it happened, the second one, of course. So I knew about, one way or the other, about the kind of things that can happen, bike steals, things of that nature. And from multiple perspectives, even people in East Baltimore where I came from, used to break down, strip, sell bikes, do all of that, so I knew a lot about this. But that particular morning when I went up there, I did not have the key for my new lock. And I came back outside at one point in time, and this was right beforehand of the food bank people that were setting up as far as the fundraising part, and I draw them into for a reason. Because it goes back to some John 15, Ephesians 6 type stuff and some other thing. That's why I said there's more to what I'm going to tell you about this. So bear with me. When I came back outside, I realized the bike was gone. Is it surprising that it happened on the very morning? That I did not have the key on how thorough I am about that kind of thing, or the fact that I had just passed a purple 24-26 inch on Smallwood Drive, Waldorf, sitting in a brush prior to a fence before the Smallwood Bridge, that made me think of that very thing that morning, knowing that something like that may have happened. I even put up a post about that in case someone lost that bike, that's where it was located. I was trying to remember what kind of bike that was. 24-26 inch purple female bike, Smallwood Drive just before the bridge. I was trying to remember what kind it was. If someone's missing a bike like that out there, that's where it's at. And it was there the previous day when I went by it. But anyway, with the function that was getting ready to happen that morning, and again, I have a second story to tell on that real quick. The very officer that wound up being there is one of the officers I have had traffic discussions with, 48 St. Charles, driving infringements, whatever have you, that directly affects me anyway. So it's personal to me addressing this, because several officers I talked to, and they're not surprised by all of that. But the officer that showed up on the scene wound up being the one, already coming from the function part of it, and that wound up being the officer that actually was pulling up in the police car shortly after this had happened, and I wound up talking to him. So the long story short of it is, I gave my discussions about it, and I turned around and fed out information. We were looking at cameras and whatever have you, and then of course I noticed a camera in the line of sight on the back end of the library, and he said he did take note of that, which comes to something today he had even said, which leads to the big time of the praise report. And of course I'm completely frustrated and angry because I'm not sure what people did this, and I'm like, Barry, I'm under the jail, blah blah, don't let me reach him, blah blah. I'll be realistic because I think it's not like thievery. Okay, the Bible speaks against it. But anyway, I go down the road, and I decided today to go to the Plata Library, largely knowing I don't even want to go to half some of these places anymore, even the people that even work in these places, and none of them are in 10. But you see how God works, because in going there, I spoke to the library head that happened to mention the email to me, didn't know it was my bike that got stolen, and I've discussed all kinds of upgrades and things in the libraries that would be good for people who ever had it many times. And he was the one, realizing it was my bike that was being discussed in the email, came back and informed me later that they had identified the individuals. And this is where part of the story gets thick. Because the strongest thing that God puts in front of me in the music I do and ReverbNation, all of that is children. Guess what? These were twin 13-year-old boys that were responsible. Their names were identified. And then at 7 p.m. this evening was the other part. I got a contact from the officer confirming that they had pulled the youths in question. The bike is located, and ironically, it's sitting back at the very library, locked away for now until tomorrow morning, when I go up there anyway to do a food run at the food bank, try to add to what supply I do have of food. It's there now, but I was unable to try to get it this evening. The time was just too short, and if I go on foot or any other kind of way without someone available for transport, I wasn't going to be able to get to that. But it's there. So the bike has been restored. I got it back.
Of all the world.
Heard everything people say, they don't hear me. They wanna pass me by, and don't want to give a thing. I keep on standing by you, 'cause I know you are wonderful. Feel my heart inside for you. So much pain because of this world.
Creator and sustainer of all the world. Sustainer of all the world.
Heard everything people say, they don't hear me. They wanna pass me by, and don't want to give a thing.
Creator and sustainer of all the world.
Just a day I see no clothes churches, told my mama.
He is the creator and sustainer of all the worlds. He is the creator and sustainer of all the worlds. He is the creator and sustainer of all the worlds, whether those worlds are known or unknown to mankind.